Welcome to the Art of Conversation. It's your girl Alicia C. And we out here recording live. Yo! Happy Tuesday, everyone. Good morning. I hope you're feeling terrific this Tuesday. I hope you're taking care of yourselves this Tuesday. The title of today's episode is Pushing an Agenda. You know, the title speaks for itself. Here we are, faced with yet another protest, another battle, another war, whichever word you choose to use that fits the situation. Another agenda being pushed. Well, maybe. As you may all know, 30-year-old homeless man Jordan Neely died on May 1st in a New York City F train. Now, this has been a controversial situation, and I was hesitant on doing this because it's one of those bittersweet conversations, bittersweet situations. There have been not only a violent standoff between protesters and police, but hate crimes again. But then when did they stop, right? It's almost like some individuals wait for things like this to happen just to pop off, just to have an excuse. Not sure how some of you may feel about this tragic incident that occurred, but I feel as though it may be a bit deeper than what we are presented. I'll say that. So Jordan Neely was a homeless young man known for his Michael Jackson impersonation on the subways and streets of New York City. And according to NBC, Neely got on the F train and began to say aggressive things. He was erratic, saying he was hungry, he was thirsty, he didn't have any money, he didn't care about anything, he didn't care about going to jail, and he didn't care that he would get a big life sentence if that was the result. Now, they said that due to his erratic behavior, another rider, Daniel Penny, who was an ex-Marine, subdued Neely by putting him in a chokehold, which ultimately resulted in his death. And there were two other riders who helped restrain Neely by holding his hands down. You know, there's pics, there's videos floating around the internet, social media, you know, the news. Some are calling it murder. Others are saying that justice has been served. So I ask you guys, what's your take? What do you like? How do you guys feel about this situation? But you know, this is not the first time we're being faced with a situation like this. It has always happened, and it'll continue to happen. Unfortunate, yes. But how do you guys feel about situations like this? And what makes it difficult is always the race of the individuals in these types of situations, which plays a big part. There are those who are saying that justice has been served because they feel as though Neely deserved it because he was aggressive and he suffered from apparent mental issues. Neely's past offenses, of course, you know, someone's past always resurfaces as a way to defend. Like, well, he was no saint. He was this and that. So he deserved to die. He deserved this and that and da-da-da. And the thing that's disgusting about that is that everyone has a past. Should you still be judged based on your past if you changed? I'll drop that right there. Now, they say that he has been arrested over 40 times and then released. There's a history of him reporting subway riders, harassing them. At one point, an elderly woman in which he broke her jaw. You know, many express that he has threatened innocent citizens. So does that mean he deserved to die in that manner or at all? Others is saying it is murder because he didn't bother anyone and was only expressing that he was hungry and in apparent distress. And the ex-Marine had no business putting him in a chokehold, and not for that long. You know, I always ask the question, who's right in this situation? At the end of the day, the result was someone losing their life. But who is right? Who is wrong? Many citizens decided to protest in the New York City subways by gathering and standing in the subway tracks at Broadway Lafayette. Now, obviously, this was causing delays to the train lines. Many fights broke out. People were assaulted, including law enforcement. People have spray painted Jordan Neely's name in the subways and are demanding justice. They are calling this a lynching. And we're hearing people shout, Black Lives Matter again. When I seen the videos, I don't know if you guys saw the videos, but when I saw the videos of people standing in the subway tracks, I was just like, you've gotta be kidding me. You're going about this the wrong way. All of it. Fighting hate with hate. What is that gonna solve? You're just making it worse. Wrong and wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. I couldn't believe people were actually that bold and fearless to stand in the tracks. It was so many people gathered in the tracks. I'm like, okay, one, be careful of the third rail. And any of you who are from New York, like myself, you know, just seeing this, I could only imagine how people on the train felt. Like, first of all, you're interrupting people's commute. You don't know who's trying to get home, who's trying to get to work, school, pick up their children, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. And you decide to battle this situation and fight for justice by standing in a subway track. New York City subway track at that. I'm sorry. What was that supposed to what was that supposed to do but delay everything? Why are innocent people suffering? You couldn't find another way of doing it, and then you're putting your lives in danger. It was just so many people packed up in the train tracks. I just I couldn't believe it. I've never seen anything like that before. You know, we tend to avoid the tracks, even avoid standing on the yellow line. And here they are gathered in the tracks. And then, you know, in one video, you see a train, an oncoming train had to stop. And you see the lights. You hear people, justice for Jordan Neely, justice, Black Lives Matter. Now, on the flip side, there were some peaceful protesting, yes indeed, where people marched from Houston and Broadway to the 7th Precinct. But you always have that group that has to take it to the next level. Destroying police cars, assaulting police officers, assaulting other people. Is this fight against people again? Who's right? Who's wrong? People who think that justice has been served. And then you have those who think that it's murder. And you just got these groups of people bickering back and forth what's right and wrong. Then you have some people, this is race, this is racism, this is racial discrimination. Who's right and who's wrong? I know that you're not going about it the right way. There's nothing wrong with stating your opinion and standing for something you strongly believe in. But it's all about your methodology. How are you going about it? And is it really justice for this situation? Or is it something underneath that and you're using that to mask over the true intentions of your actions or your protesting? Now, NBC reported that Daniel Penny turned himself in and was released. You know, that sparked fire. Many are saying he should have been charged with murder. And if he's not arrested for murder, some citizens are deeming this a racial issue. A white man killed a black man. They feel as though something needs to be done about it. This happens too often when a white person harms or kills a black person and gets away with it. They are comparing this incident to the one that occurred with George Floyd. They said that they're very similar. Some of Neely's family is stepping forward expressing that he never harmed anyone and the ex-Marine should be charged, and they spoke so highly of him. Now, see, the thing about that is like, where were you guys when he was in distress and needed help? Now you're coming forward, you know, why weren't you helping him? Or are you guys just like the city, just, you know, away with him, just whatever? He's not your problem, you're not my problem, so, but now you're stepping up saying this. I'm bittersweet about that too. Now, again, my thing is the situation. First and foremost, it is always a tragedy when someone loses their life, no matter who they are, what their race is, what their gender is, religion, sexual orientation, etc., etc. A life was lost. I don't know how to feel about this, really. I'm very much in the gray area, but I don't feel as though a lot of people are protesting for the right reasons. Like, I feel like a lot of people are hypocrites, because I got to see it like this. You have this young man who was homeless, and a lot of people decided to go protest and make noise and demand justice. But some of those people are the same people that walked past this homeless young man on the subway, on the street, on numerous occasions, right? Probably never even tossed him a dime in his cup or put a dollar or a sandwich in his hand. But here they are, loud as ever. People tend to pick and choose a lot. And they love when situations like this occur because it gives them an opportunity to include themselves in something. Just to be a part of something, just to say something, just to help spark a fire. And have no idea. They're clueless. I feel like the city failed this young man because of two things. One, he was homeless. Two, he suffered from mental health issues. There we go again, mental health. We all know how some mayors in the government tend to criminalize these groups of people. They stated that he was 50 on the list of homeless people who needed treatment. Why such a long wait? If he was arrested over 40-something times and released, he shouldn't be on 50. He should be up in the top 10 or somewhere. He needed help. And what happens so often, too often, many people are left to suffer with mental health issues. They are out and about amongst others. And when a mental health condition is left untreated, when they have an episode, who knows what that will look like, what they will do to others and themselves. What is it going to take for them to see that this can't continue to happen? Where are the resources? Where is the help? Why are people not getting the help they desperately need? Never think you're above someone who is homeless, because life has a funny way of happening, and you never know when the tables could turn on you. So don't say that it can't and won't happen to you, because you never know what direction life can take and will take you. Nevertheless, I understand where some are coming from in terms of his erratic behavior and extensive criminal history, and the fact that he has been arrested so many times and then released. I mean, are you surprised? Why are you surprised? Why are people surprised by this? It's New York City. You voted people in who chose to ban these laws that keeps criminals away. Huh? And for the Black community, why does it take tragic incidents, death, such as this and many others, for you to yell that Black lives matter? All lives matter. But why do you take these situations to shout it? Justice should be served. This is not right. Whenever we see an altercation between a Black person and someone of another race, especially white, here it goes. The white man killed the Black man and got to walk away with no charges. We need justice. This needs to stop. Hold up. But what about Black on Black crimes? And I don't want to hear it, because I know that people say, well, that's not what we're talking about in this situation. We're not talking about Black on Black. Y'all need to talk about Black on Black, because y'all totally neglect those crimes and just want to highlight the ones Black against non-Black. Why are you protesting for the non-Black on Black crimes, and you're not protesting when it's your own kind killing you, your own people killing you, but you're quiet? Hypocrite much? Everything is not always about race. Stop making everything about race. And when things like this happen, here we go, we hear it. Now they're calling it a lynching? My opinion, we're all free to express our opinions. But situations like this stirs the pot. And again, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but you know, it's unfortunate that the young man lost his life, and prior to his death, it is unfortunate that he didn't receive the help that he needed. The city failed him, and so did the passengers on the train, because no one jumped in and tried to get the Marine off of him, or say, all right, okay, we called the police, that's enough. Maybe, you know, let him loose from the chokehold, but still keep him restrained. Restrain his arms, you know, maybe put a knee on his, you know, get him out of the chokehold, but still have him restrained until the police come. No one said nothing. No one did nothing. What did they do? And what do they always do? They stood there and recorded it. I often tell people to pick a side and make sure you stick to it. Be safe, y'all. Stay prayed, and peace out.